What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com. Recap the news. I want to apologize in advance. I came down with a cold, so I'm going to sound stuffy throughout this, but there was news that needed to be talked about, so I had to get this video out to you guys. And before I give you some of the highlights, greatly appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe by hitting the red button below. Just to name a few of the highlights, we have information on the Off-White Air Jordan 5 in cream, as well as new details on the Off-White Air Jordan 1 Canary Yellow. Other than that, we have a new release date for the Air Jordan 4 Black Cat, and much more. And now, without wasting too much more of your time, let's jump into the news. New images of the adidas Yeezy Boost 380 Mist has arrived. This is the non-reflective version, and other than the new images, we don't really have much new information, but I'll go over what we know in a moment. But taking a closer look, they feature a mixture of olive and tan across the prime knit upper. We also have a thick boost midsole. Tan is also used on the laces, and then we have a gum rubber outsole. So there's also a reflective version, but I have yet to see real pictures of the reflective, but those should be out very soon. Now, as for a release date, we don't have a specific one, but this pair is expected to release during February, and the retail price will be $230. Additional photos has landed of the adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Desert Sage. Now, this is the non-reflective version. There will also be a reflective, and what's most interesting about the non-reflective is that the stripe running across the side and wraps the heel will feature reflective detailing. Somewhat of a unique look, something different as well. Other than that, they feature a shade of green known as Desert Sage, and that covers the upper. And then we have orange on the liner and a gum rubber outsole. Again, we don't have a specific release date for this pair, but they are expected to drop during spring 2020. So we could see it either as early as January or as late as March. Retail price will be $220. There's going to be two colorways of the Nike Kyrie 6 Chinese New Year that will release during January. And as you can see, the pair showcase features a yellow upper. Now, I've heard, and I don't know if this is true, is that this pair will be a grade school exclusive, and then the other pair, which features a black upper, will release in men's sizing. But like I mentioned, this pair does feature a bright yellow across the upper, leather lands on the ankle and panels, and then we have a collage print on the forefoot, which celebrates the holiday. We also have a translucent midfoot strap with Kyrie's Seeing Eye logo placed throughout. Some of the other details includes purple laces, Nike's 2020 CNY logo on the right shoe, green on the liner, a black swoosh logo that is outlined in gold. Currently, a set release date is not available. They are expected to release during January 2020, and if these do release in men's sizes, the retail price should be $140. A few new images of the Kith Nike Air Force 1 Low has landed, and since we really haven't seen much as far as photos go, I decided to throw this in the video, but they definitely feature a premium theme. We have leather used up top, while Kith DeBoss branding lands on the swoosh. A small mini swoosh done in green lands by the toe, navy covers the liner, gold lands on the lace debris and lace tips, and we also have a red tongue label that has more Kith branding. Finishing the look is a cell midsole and rubber outsole. This pair is expected to release sometime during spring 2020, and the retail price will be $120. Also, these should release around the same time as other collaborations on the Air Force 1 from retailers, one of them being RSVP. StrangeLove Skateboards and Nike Skateboarding is connecting for an upcoming SB Dunk Low, which will release for Valentine's Day. Now, taking a closer look, it features pink suede on the overlays, and then we have a different shade of pink which lands on the panels, toe, and ankle while constructed with velvet. Velvet also lands on the red tongue, heel, and liner, and then we have the same shade used on the laces. Speaking of the laces, they'll also come with a set in white, and then the other features white, pink, and red. Following, we have StrangeLove branding on the tongue, and then the insoles displays vintage tattoo art, while a translucent outsole which displays a unique design completes the look. Now, a specific release date for this pair is not available, nor do we know where they're going to release. It's possible they could be a skate shop exclusive or even release via Nike sneakers. However, this pair is expected to release around Valentine's Day, which is during February, and once more information is available, I'll make sure to let everybody know. Travis Scott recently put out a new Jack Boys video, and during the video, he was spotted wearing an unknown Nike SB Dunk Low. Because of that, rumors have circulated that it's possibly his upcoming Travis Scott Nike SB Dunk Low collaboration, which does make sense. He is a huge fan of the SB Dunk Low as well as the high. He's been seen wearing various grails, and some even blame him for the recent hype of SB Dunks. Believe it or not, there's a lot of people that are upset about this because they're huge fans of this model, and there was a long time frame where you could actually get some of the more limited or better colorways very easy, not just new releases but even older drops. Now, make sure to take note, it isn't confirmed that this is a collaboration with Travis Scott. As of now, it's just a rumor, and shown are screenshots from the video, and even in the video or the screenshots, you really can't tell what's going on. But what we can see is that they feature different designs throughout. We have a lighter shade used on the overlays, and then possibly a dark blue on the swoosh and on the ankle overlay. Other than that, we don't have any additional information. Like I mentioned, this is a rumored collaboration, and even if it's a collaboration, we don't even know if they're going to release. It could possibly be an exclusive to Travis Scott. At this time, it's just unknown. However, it's probably not a bad idea for Travis Scott to collaborate and release his own SB Dunk Low. Everything he releases does well. Obviously, they sell out really fast, but let me know in the comment section if you would buy a Travis Scott collaboration with Nike skateboarding. I got some more exclusive news for you guys, and in 2020, Nike will celebrate the 30th anniversary of the Air Max 90. So far, we know of one OG colorway returning, which is the infrared. There will also be additional colorways that release, all featuring the OG build, which includes the stitching as well as the heel placement, the size of the Nike Air on the heel, etc. Now we know of a second colorway. I was recently told by my sources that the laser blue will return during fall 2020. I was told that they're going to look exactly like it did in 1990. They'll feature a white, neutral gray, laser blue, and black color combination constructed with mesh and leather. They'll feature white up top, gray will be placed on the swoosh, black leather across the mudguard, and then we'll have laser blue detailing throughout. So if you're a fan of the Air Max 90, next year will definitely be huge, especially with the infrared and laser blue returning. Now, as far as a specific release date, one isn't available. I was just told that they would return during fall 2020, and no retail price as of yet. On to Jordan Brand, and we have a look at an upcoming Air Jordan 1 Mid SE. Now, as you can see, this shoe is unfinished, which I believe was stolen out of the factory and somebody decided to take pictures. But this is another multicolor pair, kind of has a similar vibe to the Blue the Great Air Jordan 1 Mid Fearless. Obviously different colors as well as materials used, and they come constructed with smooth leather, mesh, patent leather, and suede. Now they somewhat have an Easter vibe to them as well, and they'll feature Volt, green, purple, blue, yellow, white, black, and orange detailing throughout. So definitely a flashy shoe. This pair isn't for everybody, but I'm sure there's a few people that will be interested, so I did want to include them. And as far as a specific release date, one isn't available, but I was told that a spring 2020 release would take place. So what that really means is possibly early 2020, and currently a retail price is unknown. We also have a new release date for the Air Jordan 34 Chinese New Year. Now, I don't necessarily want to say it's a new release date because I believe that a few retailers got them and released them on December 24th, which was early. I'm not entirely sure if they were allowed to do that or if it was a mix-up, but now I'm hearing that a wider release will take place on January 2nd. Initially, when I reported about January 2020 releases, well, I briefly spoke about it. I mentioned that the month seemed somewhat slim. Now, it is starting to build up. I'm noticing more releases pop up during that month. 3 of those releases will be the Why Not 0.3, and then this will be one of at least 2 Air Jordan 34s dropping in January. Other than that, we do have a release date change for one pair, which I think I'm going to put in the thumbnail. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't created it yet. And that pair has been pushed forward and will now release during January. Official images of the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Chinese New Year has landed, and this gives us a better look. They somewhat have a mismatch theme going on. On the left shoe, we have a unique design across the toe, and what wraps the toe is gray suede. On the heel of the left shoe, we also have black. Now, on the right shoe, we have black around the toe. It looks to be some sort of nylon material, and then on top of the toe, we have embroidered roses. On the heel of the right shoe is white, and then the Wings logo and heel tab of the two is inverted. What we didn't know prior to this was that the swoosh and around the heel features 3M reflective detailing. The swoosh also has a few embroidered roses over it. As well, the backdrop appears to have festive firework graphics, and then finishing the look is pink on some of the overlays, tongue, and rubber outsole. Now, a lot of people are reporting that a release will take place during February. I don't fully buy that. I believe it will be in January, but that isn't confirmed, nor do we know at the time of shooting. Once more information is available, that will go into the following video. We now have a first look at the Air Jordan 10 Wings. For those that don't know, the annual Wings collection employs the power of education to aid in helping the youth unlock their greatness. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not feeling this shoe whatsoever. I feel like they could have done a lot better, but that's just my opinion. And going over the shoes, they feature a white leather upper, and then we have pink, black, yellow, blue, and purple on the piping. Following, we have silver across the mudguard overlay, green is used on the liner, and then on the heel pull tab, we have embroidered dots that feature pink, green, orange, and yellow. On the lateral side, we have a label which reads Wings. Then we have a translucent rubber outsole that displays a green Jumpman logo, and once again, Wings branding. So this pair will release sometime during 2020. A specific date is unknown, nor a retail price. More than likely, this will be a limited release, and I'm sure in the near future, Jordan Brand will officially roll out the inspiration and what went into the shoe. In the last news video I did, somebody left a comment, and I do apologize for forgetting your name, but they asked me, hey, what Air Jordan 4 is releasing on January 25th according to Eastbay's release calendar. They initially thought that it was the OVO Air Jordan 4, so I did a little bit more digging. I went to Eastbay, and yes, there is an Air Jordan 4 releasing on January 25th, which matches perfectly with the Air Jordan 4 Black Cat. Now, I did look around at other release calendars for retailers, and they also have the Air Jordan 4 Black Cat listed for January 25th. Now, initially, this pair was expected to release on February 22nd, but it appears that a release has been pushed forward. Now, what's interesting about this is on January 25th, the Air Jordan 6 DMP was expected to release. With that being said, we know Jordan Brand isn't going to release the Black Cat Air Jordan 4 and the Air Jordan 6 defining moments on the same day. If the Black Cat Air Jordan 4 is releasing on January 25th, according to Eastbay's release calendar and a few other retailers' release calendars, then that means that the Air Jordan 6 defining moments will be moved. I did some digging and some additional research, and I haven't seen a new release date for the Air Jordan 6 as of yet, but more information on that pair will be available soon. Now, as for the Air Jordan 4 Black Cat, January 25th looks to be the new release date, and retail price will be $200. Alright, so there is some additional information I wanted to share with you guys on the upcoming, well, potential upcoming Off-White Air Jordan 1 Canary Yellow. Now, the reason why many people believe that this pair would release during 2020 is due to a zip tie. Now, the zip tie does say Off-White. It also says 2020 zip tie, and I'm not entirely sure how that zip tie got connected to the Air Jordan 1 Canary Yellow, but it did. There is an image going around that features the pair, and it also comes with the black zip tie. But there's another photo with just the zip tie, and it doesn't show that it was attached to the Air Jordan 1. With that being said, the Off-White Air Jordan 5 Black Metallic does feature a zip tie. It'll also say 2020 zip tie on it. So some are believing that this zip tie actually goes to the Air Jordan 5 and not the Air Jordan 1. Other than that, there's been multiple reports going around that Nike hasn't put in an order yet to their factories for this pair to be created. And when I say created, I mean for mass retail. Even though this would more than likely be a limited release if they did drop, production would be definitely a lot bigger for a retail release than just producing a handful of pairs for Virgil. So I'm not going to go ahead and say these are 100% not releasing, but in order for them to release, there has to be an order made. And at the time of shooting this video, an order has yet to be made from Nike. Honestly, the initial reports was a rumor, and the fact that so many people are reporting that there wasn't a order made, I'm going to have to say, and I believe, again, this is just speculation at this point, that these are off the table as of now. Sure, it's true that Nike in the near future could put in an order, and even the fact that Virgil commenting on somebody's Instagram in a positive way rather than shutting the rumors down still has a little bit of promise there. But just to give you my overall opinion from what I'm seeing, these aren't going to release. Now, I hope I'm wrong, and once I learn additional information, that will go into the next video like always. Last but not least, we have to talk about the Off-White Air Jordan 5 Cream. Now, initially, I saw rumors going around. I decided not to speak on it because there was nothing concrete that was out there that made me believe that these rumors were true. And I honestly don't like running with rumors unless there's some substance behind it. But now I do have additional information, which I'll go over with you guys. Now, first up, this image right here is a Photoshop. We don't know how they'll actually look, but the pair will feature cream. Also, I've heard two reports, one being that they'll look just like the black metallic release as far as the materials used and the design, but I've also heard that we could see something totally different. Now, of this shoe, what I've actually seen of it is the outsole. Unfortunately, I can't share the photo I was shown, but the outsole features Jumpman branding. As most of you know, the black metallic pair features Nike. So if the outsole on the cream pair features Jordan, then more than likely the heel will feature a Jumpman logo instead of Nike Air. The other report that I've heard, and that report is just a rumor, is that the cream pair will be more limited than the black metallic. Now, as far as the materials used and how limited this pair will be, those two aspects are just rumors, but what I saw was the outsole, and the outsole will feature Jordan instead of Nike, so I can confirm that. Big shout out to zsneakerheadz on the heads up on that part. And as far as a release date or a time frame, I'm hearing February, so possibly releasing around the same time as the black metallic pair, but no confirmation as of yet. Once additional information is available, I'll make sure to let everybody know. Make sure to leave a comment, let me know your thoughts on the Off-White Air Jordan 5 in cream. And that recaps the news. Like always, we post it first on SneakerFiles.com, and then we take it to YouTube. Actually, in this case, I haven't posted the Off-White Air Jordan 5 in cream on SneakerFiles just because I'm waiting for a little bit more information to fully put an article together. But other than that, let me know in the comments section below which pair you liked, which pair you disliked in this video, or if there's multiple pairs. More than likely, I'm going to get one more video out before 2020. But in the case that I don't, Happy New Year's to all of you, and I definitely will be back with a new video this week. Now, before I get out of here, greatly appreciate a thumbs up if you haven't done so already. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe by hitting the red button below. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to SneakerFiles.com. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.